Oh, he thinks that the tariffs are the dumbest.
Yesterday, and I'll
The
focus on
tariffs, I think, decision was the dumbest in history. Let's be honest. They had a president that was asleep for the 4 years of like his leadership. He was AFK for most of it. He was in bed by 8 o'clock every night. He didn't get up till 3 o'clock the next day. And they all said, "Oh, he was a great genius." Let's be honest. The only reason that he's quite genius is because half the people that you've got in the party have been there for 70 years and are near to death. They have to have an electric shock pack on their back to wake them up.
the tariffs here. Yesterday, the president made one of the dumbest decisions in history, one that will negatively impact every single American family.
That's why they all.
He's walking
That's
us
why they
into
all
the
want free
dumbest
trade deals
and most
now.
avoidable recession probably in history. And let's call the Trump tariff tax for what they really are, a huge tax hike on American families. And not just any tax hike. J.P. Morgan called it, quote, the equivalent to the largest tax increase in 1968, since 1968. Here's what Bloomberg said. Quote, roughly $2 trillion was erased from the S&P 500 at the start of U.S. trading on Thursday, amid worries that President Donald Trump's sweeping new round of tariffs could plunge the economy into a recession. And it claims more than 80% of the companies in the S&P were trading lower. Stock market has plummeted. Retirement savings are tanking.
It just
Consumer
went down.
confidence
It was
is
worse
falling.
under Biden.
Consumer expectations for the future are historically low. Companies are already announcing layoffs. I saw Stellantis just was going to fire 800 people.
They laid off 800, but they was talking about that under
all
Biden.
For these Trump tax, the Trump tariff tax.
$5 billion investment going into the U.S.
Have more money to reduce taxes on the billionaires. The average American family is going to pay more for everything. For food, for gas, for cars, for groceries, for clothing.
The bottom 30% of taxpayers in the U.S. don't pay anything towards all this crap. I think the top 50% pays 78% of all income tax in the U.S. So he's talking out of shite as always. And this keeps getting pointed out, but people just don't understand it, that the rich, the top 50% pays more than the bottom 50%. And the bottom 30% in most countries don't actually pay anything. In the UK, I know the bottom 30% pay £8 billion a year in taxes. That's not even covering Ukraine or the foreign aid budget. So you could take away the foreign aid budget and then take the bottom 30% of taxpayers out of paying any taxes at all. And it would make no difference in the UK. But they won't do that because they don't care about the people.
For beer, for you name it. It makes no sense. And the bottom line is that they're not fighting for American families. They're just aiding and abetting what they're doing and making it even worse with the Trump tariff tax. They even decided that they would tax penguins.
What?
Because their 2 islands are included. I forgot the names of the islands. They're not here.
That was already debunked.
But not Greenland. There were 2 islands that were included that only have penguins on them. But they were included in the Trump tariff tax. Right. But that shows how haphazard, how sloppy, how careless they are. And one final thing here. This Trump administration is run by a group of billionaires. They're in a billionaire bubble. These billionaires don't have any understanding.
So you mean people that run businesses that know how to save money, know how to run countries, know how to get people wages? How bad's that? That's horrendous, that is. We could have people like the Democrats that have never done anything in their life, that only want billionaires when they want funding.
Of what the American family is going through and how much worse it will be with the Trump budget and with the Trump tariff tax. They're just isolated. They don't understand.
Prices have dropped in the US. I think eggs are down like 70% or something, or 50%. Other food standards are dropping. Gas is dropping. And yeah, the tariffs might make it go up for a little while, but after that, they should all drop.